Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and episode 733. Hey guys, welcome back. So, good news, do have an idea how to fix the brake situation. Now, just a quick recap. The factory brake lines are 7/16 and the actual flexi hoses are 3/8. So initially we were looking for an adapter to adapt them down, but this isn't going to work. So what I've decided to do is just simply make a new brake line for the front disc brake conversion. Now this is a 7/16 brake nut. However, I don't know if you can see that, but that is designed to go over 3/8 pipe. Well, it will anyway, trust me, it'll go on. So the idea is we're going to go for 3/16 pipe. So we're going to go from a 7/16 down to 3/8, and so there we go, let's get to it. So first things first, I am going to make the small brake line, which is the easy one. So, and this is NICOP. Now I know there's a lot of debate online as to how good this stuff is, but I've used it for a number of years and never had a problem with it, so go argue about it in the comments. Now, because the nut won't slide on, first thing I'm going to do is cut back to a nice straight piece of pipe. Now these are quite simple. Clamp them on, give them a twist, you feel them come loose, clamp it a little bit more, another twist, and continue on like this until the pipe cuts through. There we go, one nice clean cut. Now this is a double-ended flare, so first thing we need to do is actually set the pipe in the tool. We do this by putting in the adjuster nut. That actually sets the correct depth for the pipe. You then slide that in and tighten down, and of course I have forgotten the wrench or socket to do this. I will be back in a moment. Okay, so we are back. Let me just move that over there. So the stop goes in, then you insert the pipe until you hit the stop. Take the, what have we got? I've forgotten what size this is. This is 10mm, should have known. So 10mm socket or wrench, and just clamp the pipe. You don't need to go wild on this. This is just nip it up. You just want to hold the pipe. Now stop then comes out. You may need a wrench to do that. This is 17mm. So stop comes out. Now then, this is double-ended. we're going to begin with that indented end. Basically this is a double flare, so we need to do the rounded portion of it first. So simply insert the tool, take your wrench and just tighten it up. Now you can feel when the tool bottoms out, so be aware of that. Again, you don't need to go wild with it. You then pop that out. Now then, that's a single ended flare done. We're going to do the double flare now, so spin that around, back in and tighten. Again until the tool bottoms out. Remove the tool and then release the pipe. Now you do need to, you may need to split the tool sometimes to actually get the pipe to release, but quite often there's no need to do that. There we go. And there we have one completed flare. So let's get on and do the other side. I've got two pipes to do, 4 ends. So next stage is to measure the pipe out. Just put a little bend in it there, that'll keep them from moving. So we want to match these two pipes and basically match the bends in them. So now the beauty about night copper is it is very flexible, so you can adjust it within the vehicle. So what I'm going to do is take it approximately from there and just wind it around just to get an approximation of where I need to cut it. I'll cut it a little long, it makes no difference. And there we go. Now we take a 3/8 end and same procedure. He goes into there. They put the stop into the tool. Pipe goes in until it hits the stop. Clamp down and tighten. I will put a link to these tools in the description below. They are actually British made, and there's several available. There is a DIN one for modern brake lines. Basically most European or at least British cars after the 1980s. Most American ones kind of after like the 2000s. Then there's this one that I'm using, which is the Imperial one, or standard, it's SAE, and that works with either pre-80s British brake lines, most of them, and most American vehicles. Now it'll only do the 3/16 pipe, but you know, we don't really need to do, there's not that many vehicles have the 1/4 inch pipe, which is on the Chevy. So let's do this again, rinse and repeat, as they say. Something I haven't mentioned, I did put a little bit of grease on the tip of this just to ease it. And here we go once again. Okay, got that a little tight. There we go. And that, as they say, is that. Okay, and there we go. So let's try it, see if it fits. And yes, it does. Now I'm going to make the extended pipe, which stretches basically from the passenger side of the vehicle to the driver's side, and then that's it. We are ready to install. Now then, before I forget, we can go ahead and put the actual bends in, basically just mirroring this. Now, it is sometimes difficult to get a really tight bend, but you know, just be patient, just take it, just carefully do it. Now then, I know my radius isn't as tight as the original, but that is okay. We can adjust that once it's in the vehicle. So it's just a case of... So we have a slight bend there, and we have another one right around there. Again, this is just real basic stuff. This can be adjusted once it's in the vehicle. So, that is the first one complete. Let's make the second. As you may have noticed, I forgot to put the fitting on. I did that to demonstrate what not to do. So let's try that again, 7/16. there we go. 2 brake pipes. These tools are actually quite good value for money. They work very, very well, and very, very simple to use. So now all we have to do is install it. We'll get the master cylinder put in, and we are basically ready to bleed the brakes. So let us get to it. Having problems with this original mounting bracket here. So what I'm going to do is take it off and see if we can find out why the brake pipe won't attach to it. Okay, I think we're going to have to use the bracket that came in the kit, which isn't as good as the original factory brackets, but well, just the way it goes. So basically what we got is, I tried the original brackets that come with the kit, and to be honest, I just don't want to use them. I want to use the original factory brackets. So what I did was I basically just took it over to the vise and reamed it out. So this now fits nicely. Now I know there is a flat edge on the original so that the bracket supports this, stop it turning, but we do actually have a knuckled edge on it, so I can just put a wrench on it. That is not an issue. I'd rather do that and just use this nice heavy original bracket. So let's put it back on again. So we have got everything on this side now buttoned up. Still have not got the calipers tightened. It looks like this is an 9mm hex. I've got an 8 and I've got a 10. Go figure. So we still have this to tighten up, but we're a long way from having this ready yet. Anyway, so I'm not concerned about that just now. So next stage is I need to get the rest of the car higher up. I think I'm going to do the master cylinder once I've tightened up all the lines around. I may just install the master cylinder and then that's done, and then it's just simply bleeding. So that's where I'm at right now. So let's get to the other side, get that finished, and then do the master cylinder install. Okay, welcome back. So we have the old master cylinder out. We're now preparing the new one to go in. Now, depending on what model you have, this fitting on the end, some cases you do have to change it. This reproduction unit had a different size. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a completely different size thread on the end. So we switched it to the old one, which is 7/16 standard, 24 threads per inch. Anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm making up a pipe basically to bench bleed this. So this will then just connect to here. And just give it a quick nip up. So the theory is quite simple. What we are going to do is fill the master cylinder. So now that we've got our master cylinder filled, pipe goes round like that, and it's just a matter of pumping the master cylinder. And there we have it. And that is the master cylinder blade. So, only thing we've got left to do now is to install it. There isn't enough room under the car, so I'm not going to try and set a camera up there. So basically I'm just going to get this in, get the pipes all tightened up, and then when we come back, time to bleed the whole system. So, I will see you soon. Well, there we have it, guys. The braking system is now complete and bled. Unfortunately, I did not have the ability to record. When I took the camera to recharge, it just simply took too long, and we really wanted to get this finished. So I went ahead and just finished off bleeding up the brakes, and right now we're in the position where we're just looking for a couple of front wheels. Now, on the subject of wheels, I know there are aftermarket wheels in the same style as the car available from Summit Racing, etc. Problem is, we're still in the midst of the COVID thing, so actually getting them here to the UK is next to impossible, or at least not within a reasonable amount of time or reasonable expense. So what I'm going to do is, I am 95% sure that the Jaguar XJ6, XJ8 from mid-90s to 2002, they used a 16-inch space saver, and from what I can gather, a bit of research online, they closely match the original 16-inch wheels fitted to the car. However, they are a 5-lug pattern, which closely resembles the original Chevy pattern. In fact, it is basically the same 5 on 4.75 inch. So that's what I'm looking for right now, just to get the car rolling, be able to actually take it out and test the brakes. So, all in all, it's been a bit of a long process, but a lot of that has been down to the COVID. Just having to wait on stuff. Had thought this would originally have taken maybe a couple of weekends, maybe 3 at the most. It's actually extended out now to, I think it's about 5, maybe 6. And we did run into a few small issues along the way. Again, these wouldn't have been big issues in the normal world, but with everything that's going on at the moment, it's proven to be, challenging to say the least. So I will do a follow-up video once we get some wheels and we can actually give the old girl a run, test the brakes, just see what they feel like, compare them to the old, and that really wraps it up. I do have another project in the wings. This is a little bit different. This is a respray on a, no, let's get this right. I think it's a late 1930s, early 1940s Wolseley. Basically the car was painted in military colours a few years ago, but it was just a really dreadful paint job. I mean, just horrible. So it's going to be sanding it down and just refinishing it again in a military style. So I'll be shooting footage on that and hopefully put a couple of videos together. So that about wraps it up for now. Like I say, stay tuned, we will get some wheels on this thing and get it rolling. So that's it for now, have a good one.